Every time Jen Dean speaks, I can see hope, knowledge, expertise, wisdom, and love.
When Jen Dean speaks about parenting, we make sure that we are there to listen because we know we will get valuable advice.
Families Matter Most with Jen Dean.
She doesn't just give skills for us to be better parents, but she teaches us how to reach our children's hearts. And at the end of the day, that's what truly matters.
Well, welcome to another podcast, Families Matter Most. I've got some young adults in the studio with me today. Logan Curl, thank you for joining me.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
And Tayson Smith, I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
You guys started a business called Turning Point. Just what, like a year or two ago?
No, this actually started in 2022 in grade 12 entrepreneurship 30 class. So, yeah.
So a high school entrepreneurship class, you were challenged with coming up with some kind of business.
Absolutely.
And you decided to start what? What is Turning Point?
So basically, kind of the cool thing at our school to do is to do clothing for your entrepreneurship class. So we knew we wanted to do clothing just because that's what was cool. And mental health and suicide prevention was something that really hit home for everyone in our group, especially because at that time we had just lost a teammate on our football team a year prior. So we knew it was something very important to the school especially. So we decided to try to help out that cause as best we could. And yeah, we strung together a team of people. It's just us running it now. But yeah, we really enjoy it.
So you came up with this idea, okay, we want to do clothing. You've lost someone at your school, so the whole school is kind of still trying to grieve through this. A teammate, a classmate was lost due to suicide. So you decided we want to start a clothing company called Turning Point. I want to know why you called it Turning Point.
Our kind of mission statement was when we were kind of fooling around in class trying to figure out, we even have like the sketches of what we were kind of trying to do there. But yeah, our mission statement is that most suicide survivors describe their experience as almost a turning point in their life. And our hope is that people won't have to go through the worst to realize how valuable their life really is and find that turning point before it's too late.
Ideally before. We don't want people to have been a suicide survivor. Let's get there before then, Turning Point. And what are the kind of slogans, what are the words you've decided to put on your clothing?
Each line of clothing we come out with, we try to put a different inspiring message on it. Recently, Be Kind to Your Mind has been our best seller. So we've just kind of been doing that one. We did hoodies. We're going to be doing t-shirts really soon. And we've done like You Are Loved More Than You Know. In our earlier stuff, You Matter was something we tried to incorporate on everything. And that's actually what we named our nonprofit after, was the You Matter Foundation. And I've even got it tattooed on my leg, weirdly enough. So
You Matter. So this is important. It started off as a school project, but this has become kind of just a huge passion in your life, something you want to help people through. Now, tell me about the nonprofit, because a portion of sales from all of your clothing lines go towards what?
Originally, what we did is we donated to the Johnny Z Healthy Minds Fund. And it was a great organization, but, we kind of wanted to know where the money was going exactly and stuff. And that was kind of the best part for us. We've never really taken money out of Turning Point. It's always really been for the cause. The best part was when people would come up to us and say how much this means to them.
Yeah.
And getting that kind of feedback. So we wanted to know where we were donating the money so we knew what kind of difference we were making. And we tried to start a nonprofit for a couple years, and because it was a dream of ours for a long time. Weirdly enough, this guy came up to me at a farmer's market, and he was kind of like, hey, I'm with the South Saskatchewan Community Foundation, and we could definitely help with this. We kind of started sharing our own stories and stuff, and he's like, I could definitely help with this.
Yes.
And yeah, he's an awesome guy. South Saskatchewan Community Foundation's done a great job helping us out, and with all the stuff we don't want to do, like finances and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yes. You know what? Plug for South Saskatchewan Community Foundation. I love that organization. I love everything they're about. They help so many important charities. They're like this perfect middleman.
Oh, absolutely.
For businesses. But I have to pause here because Logan and Tayson, you guys sound like you're 50-year-old men. Like, we've been trying to start a nonprofit for a couple of years. We've been working at this for a long time. How old are you guys?
I'm 20.
I'm 20.
So for all of the parents listening who feel maybe they've heard, teenagers these days, they don't do anything. They don't care. There's no respect. Let me just say, no. There are great young people doing amazing things, and we just need to find them, encourage them, build them up. We need to purchase these sweaters. I'm wearing one right now. I love it. It is excellent, and it says "Be kind to your mind," and it is 100% everything that I'm behind too. So just to encourage parents, if you feel like you've got young people and they're not motivated, well, let's get to work, because there are young people here that are doing some pretty awesome things. Thanks, guys. You have some personal experience. You've lost a teammate to suicide, but you've also had some family members that have dealt with this.
Yeah, so in 2018, my uncle was a first responder. He's a paramedic here in Regina, and he struggled with PTSD and a couple other things for quite a while after starting that career, and he ended up taking his life. And especially being a first responder now, I'm a paramedic and firefighter. So, being in that same career path right now, I know how important it is to take care of my own mental health and try to build those up around me, because it is, you see things that a lot of regular people don't see. So it's really important to build each other up and talk about things.
In my line of work, working with families, I would say my opinion is that every family that has someone in a first responding field or in a helper field, nursing, hospitals, healthcare, first responders, there's got to be some ongoing regular mental health care, or else we crash and burn. I just don't know how you can do the job without, on a regular basis, being proactive, taking care of yourself that way. Would you agree with that?
I think even for everyone, mental health is something you should always be cognizant of and be aware of all the time. I mean, your mental health is just as important as your physical health, and I feel like people are saying it a lot more now, but I feel like people don't really realize the weight of what they're saying when they say that, and how important mental health really is. I mean, the numbers are unreal.
Yes.
How many people are taking their lives, how many people are struggling with depression, anxiety, and a lot of people don't even know they are.
Anxiety, they say, is at an all-time high right now in society. COVID didn't help. Now we're seeing loneliness. So there's a disconnection. We have the ability to be more connected electronically through technology than ever before. But, or I should say, and yet, we are the loneliest we've ever been as a society. So when you put those together, when you put some anxiety or maybe some depression, some burnout, some overwhelm, and then add loneliness to that, add disconnection to that, I agree with you. This is a huge problem. Now, not just for young people, for every age. However, I think young people, you're learning how to navigate all this. So what do you guys do? So I'll ask you, Tayson, do you have anything you do for yourself to help you with this whole area of, battling loneliness, anxiety, disconnection, any of that?
Personally, one thing I love to do, I started about maybe 4 years ago, peak of COVID. It's a little lonely, right? I started going to the gym. I've gone ever since, and that's just kind of a good escape for me to just go and clear my mind.
And it feels great, and it helps you deal with stress, and you're being at a gym in a community with other people, and
Absolutely.
You end up high-fiving and spotting. And yeah, you get to know other people. It becomes a community. Perfect. So getting involved with a hobby is a wonderful way to try and get connected again. And notice that it had to be around real people.
Absolutely.
You couldn't hit a Zoom, and it's not the same. You can't do it. You can't join a live Twitch and be as connected as you are with real people.
Yeah.
Okay, how about you, Logan? What do you do to take care of your mental health, especially considering you are now in the same field that your uncle struggled in?
Kind of hitting on that loneliness thing with, the internet and being connected but not really connected.
Right.
I feel like nowadays a lot of people think that because they're on their phones, they're a little more connected than they are. And maybe they think they need to recharge their social battery, and it's really their phone battery that almost needs to be recharged. Because I don't know, you see it all the time. People are just glued to their devices and thinking they're connected when they're not. And I think me being around, being around people all the time, I'm a very social person, so I like hanging out with my friends, my family, my girlfriend, and just honestly as much as I can, and just having that community around me. And yes, same thing. I go hit the gym and I go for runs. I think those are some things that help clear my mind. And honestly, it for me, it's the simpler things, you know, being around people, being outside. I think those are the things that help me the most. And if I'm struggling or if I go to a tough call, I just talk about it. I like talking about it with people who are there with me.
Yes.
We can kind of debrief a little more in depth. Then I talk about it maybe with my mom or something, because she was a nurse as well.
Okay.
And then I talk about it maybe with my friends or other first responders or something, people who can really understand, you know, what it's like going to calls like that and stuff like that.
So what I'm hearing from both of you, 20-year-old gurus here,
I would say so.
but it's not that complicated. We just have to do the things we know we should do, like get around real people, join a community, even though it might be hard or scary, or even though you might think you don't have time, you have to make it a priority to be around people, get into nature. All of these things are proven. Talk about the things you don't want to talk about. These are all proven to help. So what I'm hearing from you guys is you just got to do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, just do the things.
And I mean, there is certain situations where, like, you know, if you're struggling, you might need medication. You might need to try something different. You might need to go to therapy, like, a lot of times.
Yeah.
That might be something you need to do. But there's going to be something that works for everyone, and I just want everyone out there to try until they find a thing that's going to work for them, because I promise you something will.
Oh, so what would you say to a young person, a teen or a young adult that feels hopeless? They feel like nothing has worked. You know, there's nothing I can do. I'm all alone. This is hopeless. Like, they would hear this and be like, I've tried all that. Like, is there what would you say to them?
Honestly, I do talk to patients sometimes, and they say that nothing works for them, and it's tough. It's a tough thing to try to navigate when you feel like you've tried everything, but I think the reality is you probably haven't tried everything. There's always something new to try. You know, this world is large and full of life and full of love, and there's always something new you can try. If you feel like you've tried everything, maybe try a different therapist, a different place for therapy.
Yeah.
Maybe that's medication. Maybe that's moving on to the simpler things and then doing that. I think there's always going to be more options to try different things. And if you do feel like that, I'm so sorry that you feel like that. That's a very tough spot to be in. I just want you to try, because I love my life, and there's so many people out there who love their life, and you're not far behind that. You're not far away from that. And it's something achievable. So
Absolutely. Most of my podcast listeners are parents. What would you say to the parents? I get a lot of calls. I work with a lot of families that are struggling. They're watching their child struggle, go through, you know, anxiety, depression, sadness, loneliness, disconnection, and they want to help. And I'm curious, like, do you, having walked through this, lived through this somewhat, what would you say to those parents? What can they do?
like, no matter what stage of life you're walking in, I would always keep in mind that you matter. I mean, that's kind of one of the staples of our business, and it kind of sounds corny to say sometimes, but just know that your life matters more than you'll ever know, and more than you can ever even understand. And I know it's hard to portray that to a kid when, you know, a lot of times your kids don't think you're cool.
What? No, I'm the coolest.
When you get older, you understand. Maybe cool's not the right word, but you have a lot more respect for your parents, and you do think they're cooler. But when you're a kid, you know, there's a part of you for some reason. I mean, I don't know what it is. I'm not a psychologist, but you don't want to listen to your parents. But I would just say try to foster that relationship with them as much as possible, so that when they do get older and they do feel comfortable to share things with you, that they're able to do that.
Yeah.
And I think my parents did a great job with that. You know, they were hard on me sometimes, but I do feel that I'm able to share with them whatever I want to, whatever I need to, and they were always so supportive of my business. And I would just say to foster whatever creativity or interest they have. Maybe it's not the same as yours.
Yeah.
But just foster that relationship with them as much as you can. And I mean, check up on them. Whether that's just like, I mean, sometimes for me, if I see my siblings are having a tough day, I'll maybe take them out for ice cream, you know, something that doesn't feel too heavy, but just, you know, maybe do a fun activity and just kind of throw in like, are you doing okay? I know you maybe had a tough day today, just to try to make it not too heavy and keep it light.
No, I love it. One thing that I like to do as a parent, and I like to encourage my clients, is absolutely young people can spend time in their room and it's absolutely fine. But But I do recommend that for family things, there is like, no, you got to come out and be with the family. Like you, even if you don't engage, even if you sit in the corner, because we love you, because we want to be around you. And so it's not a guilt. There's no like, hey, you could at least talk to your aunt so-and-so. Like there's no guilt. Just like, hey, we love you. We want you around. You just got to come and be with the family. You can't be in your room for 3 days straight. What would you say to that?
I would maybe say like, yeah, I think that's a great call. I mean, me personally, like I said, I'm a really social guy. I love being around.
So you'd always be around the family.
But I mean, I think it would help too if they're not as social and they do like maybe hanging out in their room. What are they doing in their room? Maybe they're playing video games. Maybe they're watching movies. Maybe pick an activity that they really like if they're struggling to kind of come out of the room and socialize, and do that with them.
Yeah.
Playing video games with them, and you're not going to be good. But
hey, I'm pretty good at Fortnite. No, I'm not. No, I'm really not. It's funny to watch me try and play Fortnite.
But yeah, just like maybe engaging that way, or what movies they kind of like to watch, whatever they're doing there, maybe just try to take an interest in that if they're struggling to socialize or like staying in their room.
Well, that's excellent. That's excellent. I love it. Finally, where can people find out more about you? Are there any pop-up events you're doing? Is there like a website, social? How can they learn about Turning Point?
So our website is shopturningpoint.com. You can purchase our clothing on there, or we have our nonprofit there. You could directly donate to that too if you wish. And we have a landing page that explains what we're all about on there. Again, shopturningpoint.com. And then our social medias are Turning Point Sask on pretty much everything: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Whatever.
All the things.
So
we'll see you. We will see Turning Point. We will see Logan and Tayson around Regina, around Saskatchewan, with your business, with your own nonprofit, you 20-year-old entrepreneurs. I love it. I love what you're doing. I want to cheer you on. Everyone listening, please go to shopturningpoint.com. Buy a sweater because they are actually really amazing, and make a donation. Thanks so much for joining me on the podcast today.
Thank you for having us. And yeah, even if you do buy something, it'll also get donated. So you don't have to donate as well. You can, anytime you buy something, 20% of profits gets donated to mental health and suicide prevention.
Love it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to the Families Matter Most podcast with Jen Dean. Book a free strategy call today and get the tools and tips you need to be a more calm and confident parent. For more podcasts, online courses, or just to get more information, visit familiesmattermost.com.